Hi everyone, I'm Mark from Travelshorts. This is my son Matthew, and today we're at the Eden Project in Cornwall. So I purchased our ticket today from Get Your Guide. If you're a regular subscriber to my channel, you know I use Get Your Guide for everything and all attractions basically around the world. I'll leave a link in the description down below where you can click to get these tickets. Also, there'll be a QR code somewhere on the screen, so if you scan that, it'll take you directly to the Get Your Guide website where you can see these tickets. And this video is not sponsored by Get Your Guide. So to get down to the biodomes themselves, we're walking on these walkways which are going downhill, progressively downhill, zigzagging on each other. There's kind of nature each side, so we've got plant life and information boards all around. So we're about to go into our first biome, or biodome is what I'd call them, probably after the 90s film. But the first one we're going to enter now is the Rainforest biodome. So this biodome is meant to simulate the humid tropic regions around Earth. So it looks like all the highlighted areas like Southeast Asia, Seychelles, West Africa, tropical South America and Hawaii are represented in here. And this is it. You can see the dome above us there. Let's start walking this way, shall we? So here's some of the creatures that we'll find in here, maybe. No, I can't see them being things in here. This is tropical islands. You can really feel the humidity inside here. It is almost like being in a tropical climate. There's a bird. Okay. Is there what? Spotted our first piece of wildlife. We've got a robin there. I don't think it's indigenous to tropical climates. I think that's more of a British native species. Yeah. What's really handy as well is all the plant life have got signs on there telling people what they actually are, which I find really useful, otherwise I wouldn't have a clue. Like this, for example, it says Bismarck palm. Now entering Southeast Asia, and we've got what looks like a kind of traditional house, maybe Malaysian, not 100% sure. Okay, so we can't go inside the house, but you get a good view from this angle here. Does look a lot like some Malaysian buildings I've seen when I've been in Malaysia, obviously. But that's some of the largest bamboo I've ever seen in my life. Looks like we are now coming up to the West African region. So it also looks like there's a walkway above us here. So we'll try and see how to go on that later. So it looks like this is the way to the Canopy walkway, which is why we've turned left and we're going to try and go on that now. Be great to get a bird's eye view of the whole place from up here. I guess this is just to simulate what it sounds like being in the rain. just like Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. We're now entering Costa Rica. Okay, we made it to the very top of the biodome of this walkway. You're not allowed to film or take photos at all, or even stop on the staircase going up. And because it's tied to the very top of the dome, it's very wobbly when walking up, so it was a little bit nerve-wracking, to be honest. And now at the top, let's have a look at the view. We've had a drink of water. We're going to venture back down the stairs. Like I said, you're not allowed to film on the staircase, so I'll speak to you guys when we get down to the bottom. Yeah. Right. So this is the staircase that we just walk back up and down. We're allowed to film here because we're back on the ground, well, almost on a wooden platform here. But I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it does sway from side to side and up and down when you're walking up and down it. So like I said, it's a bit nerve-wracking going up and down it, but we're back on land now, and we're going to continue exploring the rainforest biodome. Now that we've come down from the rainforest lookout, there's actually a queue to go up. So I think we timed that just right. Just for reference, if you're waiting by here to go on the lookout, which is just over by there, it's approximately 30-minute wait from here, just to bear in mind if you come here on a busy day. So today is a Wednesday. It is I think it's the 28th of August, so it's still the school holidays. Just give you an idea what the crowd levels are, but this is right at the very tail end of the school holidays. So I reckon earlier in the holidays, it would have been a lot more busy than it is now. But I do notice quite a lot more people here. So we came for 10 o'clock, it's now 11 o'clock, so we've been here an hour already, just for reference. So we just went in the cool room then, like you saw. Basically a small little tent with an air conditioning unit in there, but also had a water fountain. So we've refilled our water bottles to last us for the rest of the day. We're now heading into tropical South America. And what we're going to look out for, tree-dwelling bromeliads, a Marbar chestnut tree, and heliconias by the lily pool. Did you get all that, Matthew, what to look out for? Stuff, yeah. Me and Matthew have just been talking about all the different types of trees that are in here in this biodome. So they must choose the trees that don't grow above a certain height, otherwise they'd be going straight through the roof. Or they might just keep trimming them on the top so they don't go to a certain height. But if you've got a tree that just keeps growing taller and taller, you're going to get a hole in the roof and it's going to let rain in. So that's it, we're back where we started in the rainforest biodome. So we're going to head out of here now and go towards the Mediterranean biodome. So as I mentioned, we came in at 10 on the dot. Now it's 20 past 11. You can see how much more busier it is here on the entrance to the rainforest section compared with when we came in just over an hour ago. So if you want to come where there's hardly any people, I recommend getting here as soon as the place opens. So here's the cafe for reference. We're not going to eat here today. We're actually going to go into Newquay later and get some traditional Cornish pasties. And from videos I've seen on YouTube, this cafe, when it comes to lunchtime, gets really busy and there's a queue out the door. So, like I said, it's 11:20 now. So if you want to get an early lunch, it'd be get it straight away without having to queue. So on our way to the Mediterranean biodome, we thought we'd just have a quick look in the shop to see the sort of things we sell. So, as I expected, you could buy seeds to grow your own things in your garden. The traditional souvenirs like pens and rubbers and rulers and bottles. And there's also some clothing as well. And don't forget the stuffed toys. Okay, here in the Mediterranean section, we're obviously going to go through the Mediterranean, but also Southwest Australia, South Africa, Chile, and California. So we're now in the Mediterranean section in this Mediterranean biodome. And the first thing we noticed as soon as we walked through the door was just how much cooler it is in here compared to the rainforest one. It's actually quite a pleasant temperature and it's not humid at all as well. In fact, it's quite dry. Whereas obviously the rainforest is quite humid because of the environment the rainforest is in. So we're going to take a look around this Mediterranean one now. I'm going up some steps first. So I think we're getting quite a good view from up here of the Mediterranean biodome. Now entering Southwest Australia. So we're having a proper tour around the world today, aren't we? Just in two big biodomes. And if you can hear that above us, didn't see it that time, there's actually zip lines going all the way from one end of the quarry to the other. Tomatoes down there. Oh yeah, Matthew's the one who's spotting all these tomatoes everywhere.
On there.
A little botanist, Matthew is. So I think we've almost finished here in the Mediterranean biodome. It's a lot smaller than the rainforest one. So we've just come for a sit down. We're just going to sit here and just admire the view. So it's not every day you get to go and sit around in a biodome. Found a little hidden spot. And that's it. That's the end of the Mediterranean biodome as well. So we've now done both biodomes. We're going to enter back into the cafe area. And we're going to go outside and see what else is here at the Eden Project. We'll head to the left that way. So we've come and got ourselves some ice cream. I think these wasps like the ice creams as well because they keep swarming around us. I've gone for a strawberry in a cone. Matthew has gone for a salted caramel in a cup. Total price was £6.50 for the both of them. So there was too many wasps where we were sitting, so we've come back over to this bench area, bit more secluded. Hopefully there's not as many wasps by here so we can enjoy our ice creams. We've now finished our ice creams and we're heading to the outside sections. First thing we're going to come to is the core gallery. So it looks like that was a bit of a kids area, so we wouldn't go in there. It looks like there's lots of colouring going on. It looks like it was promoting the movie Aussie, was it?
Yeah.
In cinemas, August 2024. So it looks like the core gallery is all about the invisible world, so things that live underneath the soil, as well as single-celled life, about releasing carbon and oxygen into the atmosphere. Quite dark in here as well. Well, we'll keep having a look around, see what else is in this building. Oh, we've just realised this is under 10s only, so I think we'll leave. So we've just finished in the core gallery. We're going to continue walking outside, exploring what's here. Looking at the map, there's something called the Nature's Playground, was it?
Yeah.
This way. So we're going to take a look at that, see what that's all about. And it's just starting to rain a little bit as well. So this is the Nature's Playground area. Looks like it's slides and obstacle courses, things like that. I'm not sure if we're going to go in there because it looks a bit too kiddie for me and Matthew. Me and Matthew decided we're not going to Nature's Playground. We're going to head back the way we came and explore what else is outside here at the Eden Project. And we've come back out by the Mediterranean biodome. So I think our time here at the Eden Project is coming to an end. What we're going to do now is jump in the car, go about 30 minutes and head towards Newquay for our lunch. So we'll see you guys there. So we've arrived in Newquay after about a 35 to 40 minute drive from the Eden Project. Very difficult to find a parking space, but it is the middle of summer in the school holidays. So we're parking here, I think it's Mount Street car park, which was the third car park we actually tried to get into. We did have to wait for a bit as well for a space to become available. What we're going to do now is walk into the town somehow, once we get out of this car park, and find somewhere for lunch. I'm going to use Google Maps because I think we're a bit lost. So we've made it into Newquay itself. It only took about 3 or 4 minutes from the car park, and now we're in the centre of town. So what I think our plan is going to be is we're in Cornwall. So what is the stereotypical food to eat in Cornwall? Yeah, Cornish pasties. So we're going to find somewhere that sells Cornish pasties. I saw something called Morris Bakery. It's apparently been in the area for about 45 years. So we're going to try that. Apparently they've got the best Cornish pasties in Newquay. So we've got our pasties from Morris Pasty Shop. We've come down to the beach and we're going to enjoy our lunch, looking at the sea and everybody having fun on the beach. Total cost for 2 large pasties and a bottle of Coke was about £12.50. Tastes good though. So there's a closer look at the pasty if you want to see what's inside there. Traditional Cornish pasties have beef, swede, potato and a little salt and pepper, I think. inside a crispy pastry. So we've finished eating our pasties now. We've had a good look at the beach. I think we're going to walk into the centre of Newquay and look at some of the shops. I'm going to revisit a shop I went to probably about 30 years ago, a very famous surf shop called Fat Willie's. Might even get Matthew a t-shirt. So you can't come to Newquay without getting an ice cream. So we've just been to Ben & Jerry's now. I've got a cherry Garcia and strawberry large. Matthew's got a medium double caramel brownie. Altogether for these 2 ice creams, it came to £11, I think, on that. Yeah. Cheers. So I know the traditional food to get while you're in beach resort is fish and chips. We've kind of gone half that. We've gone for the fish and got ourselves some sushi from a place called Sushi. Spelt differently than sushi. So we're going to try these now. And I think that's going to be the end of our time here in Newquay. So we were only here just to grab lunch and snack and a drink. But let's try it out. So I think that's going to bring our time to Newquay at an end. Originally the plan was just to do Eden Project this morning, but we decided because we're so close to Newquay and we finished the Eden Project reasonably early, we thought we'd have a tour around Newquay as well as a bit of a bonus to you guys. So I think we're going to end this video here. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you're new here, my name is Mark, and along with my son Matthew, we make travel and theme park videos from around the world. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please think about liking, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell button. See you in the next one. Bye.